whilst the track clear up continues. Clear up that area. That is literally just going to turn around now any second now. As we continue. Compliminator and Jordan Payne. Look at that, light clockwork. Look at that, light clockwork. Top end clears. Cars coming up to the start line. Now Jordan, that was already run a 7:51. Can he go into the 7.4s? Alright, last car in this session eliminator. Next up, any implant was down to super stop. Zero three light. Nicely done indeed. Got his foot on the loud pedal, all the way through to a 752, 182. Got a bracket car there, 752. Very nicely done. Okay. Any implant, the new sponsor for Superstock. First up, Clive Dandridge. Dialing in 13.40 with the Mustang. And that's Chris Layram with the Falcon, looking for 12.90. Come on, Clive, in you go. Oh, 001 red. Breakout 12.79, 13.46. The right side for Clive, he moves up from 10 to number 5. Vic Parsons with the big Plymouth. And Tig with the Challenger. Not quite sure what the issue was for Tig earlier, but here he is again. Target times 10:35 for Vic, 9:46 for Tig. $9.89, 10.54. Tig goes in at 12, stays 9. Next up then, Rick Denny, Jim Chandler. Now if you remember Jim's run, he did pull over a little bit to the right hand side, thought there was an issue, but he's back. Denny dialing in 11.02 and 11.03 earlier. $10.14, 11.08. Rick Denny moves from 14 to 5. Jim drops a spot because of Rick Denny's improvement there. Jim drops from number 8 to number 9. A 10.14 on 9.90. Not far out, but far enough. Stuart Thompson, aka Kiwi, in the energy check lane with the Duster. Going to be a solo, just a little bit of a clean up in the auto blim lane. So 9.99 is the number required that he would like. Goes at 9.95, breaks out by 0.04 of a second. So next up in the Autogame lane, it was Guy King. Absolutely stunning Chevelle. And just going to swap his lane. God, even Don Scott likes to look at that one. So dial in then for Guy, 10.38. So the first of the two Williams Brothers cars in this class today. Breakout, 10.36. So a little bit too quick there. All right, Nick Williams with the Camaro. Dialing in 9.79. Now in this configuration, apart from a fuel change, this car went 9.61 at Orlando Speed World earlier on this year. Yep, it was in America. Car landed back in the UK and collected from the shipping agents just Thursday this week. Let's see what he's got. He's got 983, I think it went earlier on. Massive wheel stand, a 004 red. That's hauling. Oh, 976. 132 mile an hour. Proper wheel stand that one was. I think it went 128 on the back wheels, and I don't know if the front wheels came down by the 60 foot. All right, Pete Wiseman, the damage case, the Challenger, dialing in 9.80. Into the pairing lanes, please. Motorsport UK Pro Modified. So you back in the lane, please. Eleven flat, 132 there for Pete. No help, stays 15.
Well, I'm back. Very nice sandwich, a couple of cakes. Ready for
Lucky boy.
Yeah. Oh, how many cakes have you had? Mine? Got one right in front.
32 at the last count, I think it was.
Adrian Portelli, I would not be at all surprised to be told this guy makes ice cream for a living, but probably not. 11 seconds, dial in flat, and number 7 qualifier currently. Okay, so 11 dial in, the survey says 11.09. So an 11.03 and an 11.09, consistency is one of the ways you win races. Okay, next up, Tom Watkins in the Charger, which he calls Doris, was here testing yesterday with great success. Runner number 94, still 9:43 dial in, same as the previous round. So currently your number 2 qualifier.
Yeah, Tom's going really well this weekend. He's double classing. He's at the sharp end in both classes. .950 flat stays in number 2. Right, Simon Rickwood. Fresh wheelie bar.
You know what, I love the Bossa Nova. I love the font. Because it was the same font on the other car, wasn't it? I just love it. It's like a little logo. I love it. Okay, so he's looking for a 997, currently number 12 qualifier, and runs 10.02, which moves him up to number 5 by virtue of going right side.
Yeah, that car's had a lot of work done onto it actually.
Okay.
And obviously the Caltrax now fitted, which is pretty much standard for a lot of these cars. Wheelie bar now on it as well.
All I know about Caltrax is when you come down from a wheelie, you don't feel it. That's my entire experience of Caltrax.
Well, next on Simon's shopping list is the Sandhuff shocks that the Williams cars runs, and yeah, they're not cheap, but my God, they can save you a lot of runs. And if you're doing wheel stands like that and you come down hard, you can save your engine with those shocks.
Yeah.
Your sump doesn't take a gouge out of the track. So, Watkins versus Watkins, Amy and Neil. Amy currently number 4, Neil number 1. Break out for Amy, and the right side for Neil. They stay for Amy 4, Neil number 1.
So, that's Nostalgia Superstock. So, Neil Watkins number 1, Thomas Watkins number 2, Nick Williams number 3, Amy Watkins number 4, and Simon Rickwood just up to number 5. It's kind of a Watkins family benefit, that top 5.
Right, talking about number 1 qualifiers, here it is. Audi TT of Zach, dialing in a 13.10 this time round, 13.13 in Q1. And Josh Simpson had a bizarre run actually, it just didn't go. 24 seconds. Still not going to plan that for Josh. 13.26 for Zach.
.43 miles an hour at the 8th mile.
Well, he went a second quicker, but that wasn't what he wanted. Right, Paul Saris with the Golf, dials in 15.75, and Paul Walklate 15.25 with the camper.
It's there somewhere. Okay, so Paul's looking 15.75. It looks like he's being overtaken by Paul there, the other Paul. 15.25 runs 15.52, and Paul goes up. Sarot goes up from 11 to number 4.
These two lined up in the previous round, actually.
Yeah.
Holly Sanders and John Crawford.
Yeah.
Holly current number 3, John current number 11.
It's kind of half of a Tom Atkinson, Dave Russell thing going on here. It's just not first.
Both of them go red. Holly was the closer to perfect, 002. 1483, nice, 1583. John Crawford moves up to 11. Sorry, from 11 to 4. Holly moves up from 4 to 2. Rory Anslow with the Octavia Estate. Polly Judge with Corrado. Polly was number 2, just been dropped to number 3.
It'd be great if Polly turned that car into like a moving billboard for her services. You know, weddings, marriages, baptisms, deaths, arranged and registered. So 1559 and runs 1572. So no change. Larry Anslow runs 1772, 92. Beg your pardon, no change. So Russ Weir next up in the Stig 1. 1760 dialing is currently your number 6 qualifier, and John McGarrigle for Freedom Racing, Skoda VRS. Again, we made the point earlier, but this is not strictly just VWs, it's VW Group. So this is why you see Skodas. I'm not sure I could give you a list of VW Group members, to be honest.
Well, if you turned up with a Bugatti Veyron, you'd be allowed to run. Audi. Even a Lamborghini. Turn up one of them.
Yep, that'd be all right.
Bugatti Veyron and a Lamborghini Aventador, that'd be an interesting one. Mind you, seen some of the Lamborghinis that have run up here recently. Wow. Door Slammers Day. Oh. What else have we got? Seat, Skoda. No.
Sudetenland.
Well, there's a few.
Yep. So Abby Tether dialing in the 1280, a number 2 qualifier up against Graham Fairhead in the Misfit, retired 3, 1230 dialing. So your number 2 plays your number 9. So no change, 1 breakout and 1 improvement, but stayed number 2.
All right, the Jacob Bailey, 10.70. And it's Paul Jackson with Il Pirata, the Lupo.
That's a lovely car. Okay, so this is number 11 qualifier playing your number 6. So Jacob headed for a 1070. Oh, we've got lots of smoke and stuff. 1089, but we've got smoke and we've got a track check. From where I'm sitting, I can see a trail, but it could well be that that's the dust from the clean-up earlier. So track crew out for a quick look. But Paul up to number 9 and Jacob up to number 3 with that run. Having a good old look at the top end of the track, there was quite a large puff of smoke from the motor at the top end there. Looks like people are picking.
Is that Jacob's engine?
Yeah, it looks like people are picking stuff up, but I'm not seeing any straddling. Okay, so both the cars are being sent back, so I'm guessing we have stuff.
Well, there's obviously still a bit of concern there for the track, of course, and well, fingers crossed for Jacob as well. Jacob's another one of those races, you follow the progress, and you know, the car was running consistent 11s, and he's like, oh, come on, Jacob, get a 10, and it was knocking on the door for ages and ages and ages. I mean, a long time,
yep.
A long time, and it was last year that he ran his first 10, and he did, I think it was 4 10-second passes in one event.
It's like he's done nothing else since.
Yeah, it's always been in the 10 since then. Mind you, he still cost me 25 quid at door slammers. I'm
Oh,
very disappointed in that. Well, no, I had to go in the old sweepstake.
yes, of course, yeah.
And I got Jacob Bailey out of the hat. I was extremely happy.
Yeah.
And but no, I mean, joking aside, it was that was a big old sweepstake. And good bit of fun, that. Right, just give you a rundown what we've got coming up. This is obviously VW Sportsman, this is a VW Pro. Next up after that should be Super Comp, and then we have actually called Pro Modified into the lanes for their second qualifying session. And then round about 4-ish, depending on how the timetable goes, it will be Q3 for our classes, and with the aim of finishing around about 7 o'clock this evening. I can see Street Eliminator in the pairing lanes as well. I didn't actually call them, but yeah, they are down. Well, I think it's going to be a bit more work than we thought there, Tom.
Yeah, it looks that way. You can see people picking pieces up, but
Yeah.
now we've got fluid cleanup going on as well. So.
Yes, I think we could be down for a couple of moments. A perfect opportunity to get yourself, well, probably a bit late for lunch now, actually, but I'm sure our catering area would be more than happy to oblige if you went up there and asked for
Just call it lunch.
noodles or chips or kebab, whatever is on offer around there, tea or coffee. But take this opportunity to grab something, and we'll be back with you in a few moments when we continue our qualifying with VW Pro. So Nitro FM, once again, the airwaves are yours. Well, once again, a stellar job by our top-end crew. Word back from Jacob Bailey. The engine that had been in the Jet R for about 11 years is no more. Running on Windows now, unfortunately. Big hole in the side of the block, and that's the end of that one. So, but Jacob had some sterling service out of that engine. As we were talking about it earlier on, got it into the mid-10s. Cracking effort, but unfortunately, the motor cried enough. Carl Goldsmith, Paul Bargate up next.
So hopefully Carl Goldsmith won't be using his junkyard loyalty card this weekend.
Well, as Luke was saying, they've actually got a spare block, but it depends the state on the pistons inside Jacob's engine. I'll tell me a Herculean effort to get it back out this weekend. But stranger things have happened, and so it's going to be a lovely evening. They can work late into the night, no dew point.
Looking like a good run for Carl.
11.71, 12.55. Paul Bargate moves up from 5 to 2 with that one. Carl improves as well, actually, 8 up to 7. Another one of the Team Militia cars. I do like that. A couple of speed-rated space savers on the back. Normal space savers only rated up to 50 mile an hour.
Yeah, I when I was here for the private test here a couple of weeks ago, when I went to go home, I discovered I had not just a flat, a big flat. And so I investigated and opened up the back of my car, and there's like a liquid in there. Oh, this is good for 10 miles or half an hour. Okay, I live 100 miles away.
Not so helpful, is it?
No.
Right, Dan Piggott goes 12.09 on 1190 dialing. Goes from 6 to 4 with that one.
Okay, I can hear a VW below me. Here we go. Okay, so that's definitely Alex Knott in the medicated Beetle. James Gould, I believe, in the Team Militia. There we go. So your current number 6 qualifier in the energy check lane, and Alex Knott, your number 1 qualifier in the highly medicated Beetle. 12.25 plays 11.90 diamonds. Squeaker there for 005 red for James. So 12.64, Alex Knott. There's no improvement for either, but they stay in place 6, and Alex Knott stays number 1.
Well, nice to see Bruce Collins has brought the Hoodlum Beetle into the energy check lane instead of the automatic lane. We can actually see the side of the car now. That is gorgeous. Such a nice looking car, that. Dialing of 11 flat.
Oh, nice reaction time there for Bruce, 002. That just leaves.
Yeah, 12.72, 116. Right, Super Cop. There's Dolly Daydream. Leia Kellett, of course, alongside Darryl Howes. Leia number 2 qualifier at the moment, Darryl number 4. Leia with the right side, 9.06. Darryl the wrong side with an 8.77. Yeah, the 2 Wild Bunch cars went too quick. Paul Hudson currently number 1. Darryl Hale's tearing off into the distance. Got to allow Leia to catch up. 8.68. Even quicker this time round. Leia Keller goes up to number 1 at 8.94. Big Creswell. Didn't see him in Q1.
Yeah, he popped up earlier.
He did, didn't he?
Yeah, he wanted to have a quick word with one of the race officials. Who knows what about, but yep, here he is now. So Peter's been doing this forever, has lots of laurels in his career.
Right, well, this is going to one of those penthouse runs, isn't it? Oh, nearly. 8.86. Slots him into the number 3 spot. Right, for Top Speed Automotive, they're here this weekend. Billy and Jamie over there on the balcony.
Yay.
As we see the Hale boys go at it. Nick Hale with the Merc, Nigel Hale with the big pickup.
Okay, so I do believe the cruise is 5 something.
Yeah, 6:05.
Okay, I was half right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I just followed on with. But
Yeah.
I am cheating. I do have a schedule. Bragging rights goes to Nick Hale on that one by 0.04 of a second. 10.71 plays a 10.75. They stay put.
Yeah. So later on today, these guys are going out for a 25-mile drive, and they have to put pump gas into the cars, and they have to do a hot start as well. And if you don't race tomorrow. It's quite simple. And it's quite something. I mean, I've been on the cruise a couple of times, and it's quite an experience whether you're involved with it or whether you're outside watching it go past. It's a real experience. Does the sport a lot of good, I think.
Oh, goodness me, yeah. Right, Joe Stevens, currently number 2, 8.19. Tony Higgs, number 6, 10.88. He's still got the battle scars on the front of the car.
No mucking about from Joe yet again. It's just, the car just goes.
8.17 to finds 200ths of a second and 9.97. The Capri goes 140 mile and out the stripe and up to the number 4 spot. Good boy. Nicely done. All right, Ashley Cooper with the Ford van. And it's Graham Smith with the Bad Apple Racing Chevy. Into the pairing lanes, please. Super Street bike, 850 bike and 950 bike, please. All right, Graham Smith at the moment at 9.71. We'll be looking to go, hopefully, into the 8s. Oh, looking good for Graham. Come on. Come on, son. Come on. Come on. Get that whip out. Oh, 9.02 at 148 miles an hour. Oh, close. Very close indeed.
Ashley up from number 7 to number 5 of that run. So, no, double drags the time.
Well, when Graham runs an 8, I'll tell you what he's up to this weekend. So I've been told to keep it secret unless it happens.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
well, I haven't
enough.
been told. I've just said, they're experimenting this weekend. So best of luck, guys.
Yeah. Funnily enough, we've been asked to sit on something as well until it happens.
Get that quite a lot, don't you?
Not so much as we used to, no,
Yeah.
but still, yeah. Obviously, the big one we're sitting on at the moment is 12 o'clock Friday at Dragstalgia.
I'm guessing that's something to do with Hall of Fame, isn't
Hall
it?
of Fame announcements, yeah. So It's become traditional now. Midday on the Friday at Dragstalgia, we put it on the website and we have it read out on the PA here. So yeah, tune in.
Well, there's one person I'd like to see in the Hall of Fame, but I've got no clout on that one. But one particular name I think should be there.
Next time we go offline, you can tell me who that is.
Oh, I think I've already told you. Right, the thrill ride. Oh, 003.
Nice one.
Paul Brown's found the right combination to get it off the line. Right, 170 mile an hour, please. Yeah, 170. 7.86, perfect run. Nicely done. Right, we are into Motorsports UK Pro Modified. Into the pairing lanes before they come round. Funny bike, please, and of course top fuel bike as well. Funny bike, top fuel bike into the lanes. Well, we've got 8 cars on the property, only 5 of them carded times for Q1, various reasons.
But they turned out. That was a good thing, they turned out. All right, who's that?
Mick Payne.
Yeah, okay. See his crewman out front, the look when that motor stopped. Just raised his eyes to heaven. No one up there, mate. Okay, here we go then.
So Mick Payne with the no pain, no gain Camaro. 68 vintage. Right, needs to get a number on the board this time round, otherwise makes it that a little bit more challenging for Q3. But just get it qualified. Right, I hope he can keep it into stage this time. Last time rolled straight through.
Yeah, just let them run and then go up on the chip and off you go.
Yeah. That's not a bad run, to be fair. 7:36.202 gets him qualified.
So he just edged the beams very slightly there, but
yeah.
So that was actually a quicker ET than it looked.
All right, Bobby Wallace, Jean Delamont. Notice actually Belinda Nicholson walked through the tower earlier and there's no sign of Wayne in this session, so he was supposed to be running alongside Mick Payne then. So I hope everything's okay there with the Lucky Devil. Right, we got 2 cars here that are capable of going very, very quickly indeed. Bobby Wallace is the Willis Coupe. And Jean Delamont. say 6:05 in testing. Love to repeat that form to get, well, qualified right at the sharp end. That new motor really proving to be a complete powerhouse in this car.
Do you know what? I did not actually recognise that as Belinda. The problem is if you see them out of context, like out of their crew shirts, and that, it's very difficult sometimes. I do apologise, Belinda.
Oh, Bobby Wallace, a bit of a wayward launch, but Jean Delamont, he is on a flyer. 6:13, 231 miles an hour. He's done it in competition now, at last. Bobby Wallace, well, trickled through with a 27-second pass there, not what he wanted. But Jean Delamont, that 6:05 was no fluke at all. 6:13, 2:31. 1 second to 60 foot, 4 seconds to the 8. I mean, 1.00, a 4.00, and a 6:13, 231 at the stripe. Cracking run. Kev Slyfield and John Webster. All right, Kev, Q1 at 6.61. Was off the throttle way before the stripe, to be honest. John Webster went 7:51 with an 8 in Q1. Right, okay, so both cars are qualified. That is the main thing. So now they can try and shoot. See if they can eke that a little bit more out of that. Kev has been 6.0s with the Bloomberg. Webbo's been 6.2s in the Mustang. Oh, picture perfect runs a pair. Oh, 6:03 for the Bloomberg. Kev Slyfield is back. And 6:43 for John Webster. He moves up to number 4. Oh, I just love Pro Mod. 6:03, 2:34. Now Kev's got something to work with. Now the parts are starting to work. And the team can take a big sigh of relief and go, thank God for that. Well done, guys. 6:43 for John Webster. 4:22 to the 8th, 175, compared to a 3:94 at 186 for Kev. The short numbers, literally 1 second to 60 foot for Kev and a 106 for John Webster.
It's quite clear from where we're sitting, Colin, that there was a bit of shape to contend with for John there.
Yeah.
As far as the tree. And then, yeah, Kev got a bit further from here. Looks like he got to the tree. Then there was a bit of shape, but he just drove through it.
Something special. Well done. There's John Webster's team very, very happy with that one.
Yeah, I think they should be.
And Kev Slyfield's team, one of them hanging out the boot. Yeah. Runs like that make it all worthwhile. And not only that, it doesn't look like there was any issues for either car, so they'll get them back to pits, routine servicing, hopefully. And they now know what the cars can run. Kev, he's only looking for 0.04 of a second more, and that magical 5 will appear for him. Right, so look into the lanes. We've still got one more pair to go. Mark Hartfeld, is he going to run a 5? He went 6:00 in Q1, going alongside Nick Davis.
Yes, I'm sure Nick won't be able to hear me, but I do apologise for the typo earlier. I've made 2 typo numbers today, and one of them had to be Nick Davis. Sorry about that.
So they're just waiting patiently. A little bit of track grooming by the Santa Pod track crew here. One of the best track crews in the world. I'm not going to say Europe or the UK or anything. I'm going to go world, because they are.
They are. Yep.
Respected by pretty much everybody here, everybody in Europe certainly. And they never stop. They never ever stop. And we are very fortunate that they are that dedicated.
I'll tell you what though, Colin, let's you up the track crew there. Well, firstly, the first downtime we had was in the second pro session on day 2.
Wow.
Okay, so it was over a day and a half. On the Sunday, we had 4 iterations of whoosh, down comes the rain, it's dry, get them at a pairing lanes, whoosh,
yeah.
It's dry, it happened 4 times, and they still got it done. So, I think the European track crews, I think they're better than the American track crews because they just have so much more to deal with.
Yeah. Well, they're used to it because they're constantly doing it.
Yeah. And the conditions are different, the tracks are different. And they're just good anyway.
I think also now, obviously, the concrete track is coming up for a season and a half now. Yeah. I think the teams have really got a handle on it, know what it can do, and I think that was a phenomenal investment by Trackback Racing and Santa Pod Raceway to change the track the way they did.
Yeah, well, that was interesting because obviously the first race that took place, the weather had been awful since the track was laid, and then the weather was awful at the first race event. And I'm not going to point fingers, and I'm not going to mention any particular social media starting with F, but there were people out there who were very quick to tell us what was wrong here. Well, I didn't see the apologies if they made them. Yeah,
very true.
Which they probably didn't anyway.
But this is becoming a world-class racing facility. It really is. And the only thing holding this up is investment, and they're constantly piling it all back in. You've got to admire them for that. I've got Sid McDonald sitting there next to me. He's been coming here since the 60s, but I've been coming here since 1977, and it would take me a book full of paper to tell you the changes I've seen since I came here, all for the better. Right, that's right. I've got a little message to read out actually. Just had Dino come up to the tower. Him, along with Vicky and Craig, want to say happy birthday to Papa Dave, Dad, whichever you prefer. So lots of love from Dino, Vicky and Craig. There we go. Dino, got it done for you, mate. And everybody heard it because we're in the middle of Pro Mod and there's no cars running.
Papa Dave.
So Papa Dave, happy birthday.
His brother John owns a pizza place. Here we go then.
Mark Hartfeld with the Voodoo Hemi. One of the nicest bunch of guys you'll ever meet. Mark Hartfeld's so passionate about his drag racing. He's always got a big smile on his face. You pop around and see him. Wouldn't you be happy if you had the Voodoo Hemi as your car? Go alongside Nick Davis. Him along with Rob Loring. And Scott as well. Run this car. Two proper burnouts there.
Do you notice Mark's crew guy only just got out the way then?
I didn't know.
That wasn't one of those Michael Malmgren guy steps out the way just in time. That was,
there's a car coming, I better move. Yeah.
Both of these guys tested here yesterday, and it's pretty much the same result. They both went left and shut it off. Or drifted left. It wasn't like hard turns, but...
Right, so we all know what happened in Q1. Mark Hartfeld took the #1 spot with a 6 flat. He's going to take a PB and his first ever 5 for Nick to take that away. I tell you what, Nick's not here to make the numbers up. He wants to go quick. He can go quick. Nick Davis qualified with a 6.13 at the main event. We know he can run the numbers. Here we go then, the last pair. Nick Davis drives through the shake. Goes 6.25 at 236. Took a while to bump into stage there. Mark Hartfeld, 11.02. Short numbers for Mark were great. 0.99 to 60 foot to a 103 for Nick. But then it was Nick all the way after that. 4.13, 182. Just a little bit off where they'd want to be. But 6.25 at the stripe, 236.
I'll tell you what, Colin, that run of Mark's was pretty much a carbon copy of what happened yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah, it did drift out to the left there. Right there, Neil. Once again, parts being shredded as the run was going there. 7.55, 122. So we reckoned a blowout shredded earlier on. Not quite sure what happened there, but around about 400 feet out, it started to come off the bike. But all about getting track time and working out what works and what doesn't. Change the things that don't, improve the things that do. 109 to 60 foot there for Neil. 285 to 330, but well and truly off the gas by the 8th, 432, still 157 miles an hour. And at the stripe, 755, 122. Right, next up then, Taylor's Trophy Super Street Bike. Look down, see pretty much everybody down there. I can see Outlaw Anglia are in the lanes as well. Also down there will be Super Comp. Oh no, they've run, sorry, apologies. Funny biker down there, Comp Bike, ET Bike, and Super Twin Top Gas. If you're not there, get yourselves into the lanes, please. Just a little bit of a tidy up in the Autoglim lane after Neil's run. Just a reminder, folks, we do have live music this evening up in the Pro ET pits. And Never the Agreed is the band tonight. Always have live music at the Summer Nationals. And bearing in mind the temperature is not really going to dip that much tonight. It's going to be a lovely evening. So fancy a good time, get up to Pro ET pits for the live music later on this evening. Into the pairing lanes, another class to add, please. Can I have Sportsman ET, please, into the pairing lanes, please? Sportsman ET, let's have you into the pairing lanes, please. Well, it's great to see that the STP Summer Nationals are living up to its name. It is a glorious day out there. Really, really nice. I'm not quite sure what the temperature is. It's got to be in the low 20s, surely. Just a reminder, folks, I think I don't need to tell you this, but make sure you got some sunblock on if you're spending prolonged times out in the sun. Having said that, just one little fluffy cloud just drifts over us just to give it a respite from the sun at the moment. But absolutely glorious day. And of course, date today, 22nd of June, the day after the summer solstice. So unbelievably, the evenings are going to start getting darker now. Not that you'll notice it for like the first few days, but when you get to the middle of July, you go, oh, getting a bit darker now.
Trick is to go to Scandinavia and it doesn't get dark.
It doesn't, does it?
No, it was. First time I ever went there was 1999, and we were staying right up at Petioor, which is right on the Arctic Circle, it's below it. And first night I'm there in the log cabin, and I woke up, broad daylight outside. I thought, oh, I've had a really good night's sleep. Oh look, 1:30 in the morning. Okay, back to sleep then.
I went to, I haven't been to Scandinavia and I'd love to go, but I went to Nairn in Scotland, and it's quite a long way north.
Yeah, it's noticeable, isn't it?
And doing a job up there at the, believe it or not, the Scottish Open Golf. That's a weird event to do some work at, but there we go. And it was still broad daylight at midnight. Admittedly, it did get dark, sort of like, I don't know, 3 hours, if that. But yeah, it's quite weird. It is quite weird.
It's, of course, what you got to think is conversely in the middle of winter. I mean, I think where Anita lives, the sun goes down and doesn't come back for 4 weeks.
It just doesn't get light at all, does it?
Yeah. What they do is when the sun goes down, they get drunk. Then when it comes back, they get drunk. And in between,
they stay drunk.
Yeah. Although I must admit, Anita doesn't strike me as the type.
Right, so it looks like everything's coming back on station. All right, so as we said, it is Taylor's Trophy Super Street Bike. Steve Venables, #1 qualifier at the moment with the 7 flat. 209 miles an hour. He's run off the trailer. The only thing we're not sure of is if he was running that new tyre or not.
Yeah.
I know he certainly got one on board to try out, whether he was just running that in testing or whether he's taking it into competition this weekend.
My guess is that he's back on the... You don't want to... That's not something you want to be playing with.
Yeah, true.
When you go for points. Although, you know...
But if it worked in testing, then
exactly,
why not continue? Right. Signal's been given to bring them round.
Okay, so... As you say, Colin, Taylor's Trophy, big thank you to Kathy Taylor for sponsoring Super Street Bike. And I think Santa Pod Racers Club also needs some credit for finding sponsors for a lot of the classes. I'll tell you, I'm not sure he'll thank me for telling you, but when SPRC were starting to look for class sponsors, Ian Marshall said to me, have you done your Eurodragster.com sponsorship renewals yet? I said, soon. And he said, well, we don't want to start approaching anyone until you've done yours. I thought, well, that was very nice of you, thank you.
Right then, Graham Bouchin, #3 qualifier at the moment, 7:23. Graham Dance, #6, 7:62. We have a bump spot of 8:06. And these two both well inside. That's not to say they don't want to improve, though. Wheelie. That was a big wheelie. Still goes 774, 148, 748, 189. Graham Dance goes up to 5. Nice one.
Graham was running testing yesterday. There was some. He did explain it to me, but I'm not very good mechanically in it. There was some problem with the nitrous system, and it went nutso in the second half, and he. Whatever it was, he was laughing right the way down the shut there, and there was the car that had run before him. The guy was down there, and he could hear Graham laughing when he got off the bike. What on earth's the matter with you?
He's obviously had the nitrous
It
plugged
could
into
be
his
that,
helmet.
yeah.
Mind you, went 123 to 60 foot, Graham, that one. Cracking launch. But front wheel came up just that little bit too high. All right, Steve Wood, he's on the outside looking in, wants to go quicker than the 806. Dave Smith, he's in at the moment, 763. Well, there seems to be no throttle response whatsoever there for Dave Smith after he shifted. 866 for Steve Wood. Finds 300s. Just coasting up the right-hand side. Hopefully he's got enough momentum to keep him going.
Hearing his voice in the background reminds me that we've not mentioned. We have a different race director this weekend. Carl Birkinshaw, as assistant race director, is actually having a go at running the event.
Ah.
Doing a fine job of it so far.
Yeah, he's, yeah. Do you know what? I didn't even notice that. So, yeah, well done to the young Carl. But that's how smoothly it is being run,
Yes.
because you don't notice it.
Yeah.
All they need to do is sort out the commentators, and it'd be really good. Then, wouldn't it?
What's this? It's plural. What's this use of the plural? You're all right.
No, both of us.
Yeah. It was great that we had some of the old guard were back at Chirp, like Björn, is because they had a bit of a mix around a few years ago, and a couple of the old guard got moved to the House of Lords, shall we say, and it's all changed again. And the like Pip is back doing bike commentary there, and Björn is doing commentary for like the pro classes and that. And they had a new guy called Mickey. I think he does other tracks, and I walked in and introduced him. So, well, hello, I'm Tog. He says, I know. So, how do you know? Well, the others told me about you. Oh God, what did they say? He said, it's like sitting next to a biological timing computer. Okay. Don't go any further, thank you.
Right, well, Dave Smith has run out of steam round about 1,100 foot out there. Managed to freewheel that far, but alas, not a lot further. But I think they've got the quad bike out, hooked him up, and he's now moving once again. Right, so the first exit gate has been opened, and Dave Smith will be disappearing through that very, very shortly indeed. And actually, the quad bike just turning left now. And the next pair being signalled to fire up. Which are Rick Stubbins and Chris Reed. Now then, Boise didn't take part in Q1.
Tell you what is good to see, we have Pete Field is back round there.
Really? Wow.
Yep. That's because I saw Franco down on the start line. I thought, oh, please let that mean that Pete's here. He is. Okay, so Rick Stubbins currently in number 2, as Colin said. Chris Reed not yet got a time. Well, Rick certainly is not hanging around.
Wow, 7:08, 2:02. Boise goes 7:87, 182. Boise gets qualified, and that is your new bump spot, 7:87. Look, cracking run there, 7:08. Rick. Right, Steve Venables. I don't know why I'm looking at binoculars at his rear tyre, because I ain't going to tell if it's the new one or not.
If it basically, if it's got long diagonal
it has
treads across it, as opposed to the little chevrons. Yeah,
it's long diagonal. Right, 124, 60 foot for Ven. God, look at this, 459 at 170. Where's this going? Wow, 689, 212 miles an hour. Well, that was building and building and building, and wow, 689. 801 there for Dave Thomas. Steve Venables just moves the goalposts once again.
Okay, so Ven is now on a speed record.
That was awesome. Right, and as you rightly said, Tog, Pete Field. Here he is. Needs to go quicker than 787 to get qualified. Alongside Mark Dainty, 747. He's okay. Well, this is certainly going to qualify Pete Field, but whereabouts? 7:53.191 against a 7:35 for Mark Dainty.
And Mark Dainty is blowing his personal best into next week again. Yeah. Well done, Mark and team.
Right, bumper spot drops to 763. But if we get 13 bikes, does it become 16 bike field?
I think it's 13 or 14, yeah.
Right, Gary Bowe, Steve Mead. Gary Bowe not qualified on a 1364. Well, that could change very quickly. Steve Mead, he's on the number 7 spot at the moment, 755. He needs to get a 7.4 minimum, I think.
Well, he was out 60 by Steve Mead, just.
Oh, 699 for Gary Bowe. Wow, 205. Steve Mead goes 727 at 201. Oh, phenomenal side by side that was. Oh, and the screen disappeared before I saw the top 8. But oh, that was fantastic. 2 6-second bikes in Super Street Bike, and more to come.
Top 8. Top 8 is Steve Venables, Gary Bowe, Rick Stubbings, Graham Bouchin, Steve Mead, Mark Dainty, Graham Dance, and Pete Field.
And what's Pete Field's bump?
753.
Wow. Right, this is 850 bike, Leo Lester, Alan Morrison. 856, 845 for Leo Lester, breaks out again. But an 856 takes the number 1 spot. Come on, coming thick and fast now. Joe Elliott in Critchlow. Joe currently number 4, 891. Ian number 2, 8.70. Right, can Critch go better than 870? He can. Look at that, 854, 162. Good speed as well. Goes to the number 1 spot. Joe Elliott stays 4, 5.12. J Rowe for Fossil Fuelers. Currently resides at number 3. Wants to move to number 1. He needs to go quicker than 854, slower than 850. Currently on 890, but he's more than capable of doing it. Probably not on this run though, that sounds a bit strangled actually. 871, 148, better than his previous, but just didn't sound quite right there. I think he normally goes a bit faster as well at the stripe. I mean, I'm picking holes in 0.2 of a second there, but sometimes you can tell.
Well, that is a fair comment on just how good this class is.
Yeah. Right, Ross Morrison, 10.45 on his first run. Well, this should see him in the 9s, hopefully. Oh yeah, 901, almost in the 8s. Right, we move to 950 bike. Philip Harrison on the Special K machine, and it's Alan Burns. He's currently number 2 on a 9.54. 8 bikes have run so far, and every single one of them in the 9s. Admittedly, 2 of them below index, but there we go. They'll get the right side. So you've got number 2, Adam Burns, number 5, Philip Harrison. Oh, Adam Burns launched the bike skywards, then shook his head. Carried on. Still goes 10-11 after all that. Big wheel stand, lands the bike, shakes head in disgust, opens up the taps again, and only drops 0.6 of a second. Right, current number 1 qualifier, Rit Sawatsky, going alongside Brett Cordell. Brett, brilliant riding job in Q1. Front wheel lifted. He carried it all the way, probably to about 300 foot out. Brought the bike down nicely, and he still broke out. Let's see what he's got for us this time round. Oh, 9.54, 9.61, Brett Cordell, your new number 1 qualifier. That lad can ride. Into the pairing lanes, please, the Wild Bunch. Let's have the Wild Bunch come on down. Stacey Reed, Craig Wright. Stacey currently number 2, Craig number 5.
Yeah, just this moment unseated, Stacey, so she has the opportunity to get it back again.
Stacey a little bit too quick there. Craig 980, just a little bit off pace, so they stay put. Stacey 2, Craig 5. Right, last pair, I think, Martin Hallett and Alan Morrison Jr. Now then, Alan Morrison, the only one that's on a negative, if you like. He's gone 9.45 too quick. Everybody else has qualified the right side. And he gets one the right side and takes it to number 1. 9.52 with a 5. Alan Morrison goes to number 1 qualifier. Martin Hallett also improves. 9.66. Okay, on to Funny Bike.
Okay, so not beyond the realms of possibility, we're going to see a 6-second run or 2 in this session. I have 2 likely candidates. Okay, so Phil Crossley in the Yellow Metal Racing YMIs. If there was such a thing as a top methanol bike, this would be it. That's basically a fuel motor running on alcohol. That's a grave oversimplicity, but that's how it is. So it's Phil's first run of the weekend. Dave Batchelor had to go out in Phil's own bike yesterday and today. And your number 1 qualifier in the Autoglim lane, that's Carls van den Belt from the Netherlands, one of our several very welcome guests from the Netherlands.
.747, 784. I know we're in bikes at the moment, but Jinnah has joined us. 2 wheels, you fancy that?
I was offered a chance, but I don't know whether 2 wheels is for me or not. It's enough driving a pop.
Fair comment.
Enough trouble with 4.
But no, it takes a certain a certain person to ride a bike, especially something as big as these. I categorically state now, you will not ever get on a bike on a court bike, ever.
Never say never.
No, I can.
You just got to have some light the blue touch paper.
Yeah. It'll be the last time my blue touch paper will ever be lit if I got on a bike, that's for sure. I know my limitations.
The Colin Theobald I knew.
That's it.
Yeah. He who dares wins, Rodney.
Loads of insincere messages on Facebook.
Right, Kev Charman, Dave Batchelor.
Okay, so you saw Phil Crossley on the Brooks Brothers bike, and now this is Phil's bike being ridden by Dave Batchelor. So currently your number 3 qualifier. So we actually have 8 bikes. The way it works with ACU is if you have up to 8 bikes, you go all run. After 8, you have a bump spot.
Right, into the pairing lanes, please. Lucas Oils, Junior Dragster. Come on now. Well, Dave leaning the bike over all the way, and it goes to 772. It's 863 for Kev Charman.
Do nice. Very nice.
Just in case you didn't hear that last call out, actually, Lucas Oils, Junior Dragster, into the pairing lanes, please. Lucas Oils, Junior Dragster. Let's have you in the lanes.
Okay, Jerry Lukes for Two Brothers Racing. He's from London, although not originally, I think. 7 qualifier at the moment, up against Eric Richard from France. RK Drag Racing. He tested here yesterday and ran this morning and ran a very nice 707. He has run 6s on this bike. I think he thinks foot pegs are for wimps, for one thing. In much the same way as Eric Tabul does.
That is a good looking run for Eric.
Good boy.
It's a very good looking run, a 691. Party
Great
time
run. Oh, yes.
for Eric's crew. Oh, that was building it again. It's another one of those runs that just didn't stop giving, did it?
Did you notice that if you look carefully, his boot has left the trail most of the way down the track?
Yeah.
His right boot is contacting the track all the way down.
Yeah, 119 to 60 foot, 451 at 165 to the 8th, 691, 193 at the stripe. Cracking run. Right, Eric. See how Rennie Vandenberg gets on with the Pro Stock bike running in Funny Bike this weekend. So Richard Gipp, well, he's responsible for quite a few riders and their careers in drag racing over the years. .71, 153. Right, that is a very meaty sounding funny bike, but more than likely that's an Outlaw Anglia.
It's the Cooper man.
Right, Jenna joins us in the tower. Good afternoon, mate.
Good afternoon.
How are we doing? Let's get to the official bit out of the way. So, what news from Outlaw Anglia this weekend? You've been hanging around the guys. I know you've been up and seen the guy that's not running an Outlaw this weekend. You had a bit of fun in Pro ET.
No, we've been backwards and forwards between the two. There's been a lot of changes over the winter, and everything is working for everybody. apart from Lee Taylor. Lee Taylor's having a little bit of trouble at the moment, but hopefully they're not sure whether it's electrical or fuel or gearbox, but it doesn't leave a lot more, but I'm sure they'll resolve it after the weekend, or over the weekend, should I say.
And I'm guessing that the run which Simon did earlier was, get a number on the board and now turn it up. Yeah.
Well, he lifted at the 1,000. He was told off.
What, for lifting?
Yeah.
So Simon Barlow, Matt Cooper, Simon number 1 at the moment, 764. Matt number 4, 885. And it's lovely to say that they could both go a fair bit quicker than Matt. Early 780, 177, and 837, 167 there for Matt. Matt moves up to number 2. Simon stays 1. Looks a bit lazy actually, Simon's car. It wasn't launching as hard.
Yeah, I think that they're playing with a few more settings on. There's still loads to come from it, he said he's just got to he's still getting a handle on it, really, from where he was.
Yeah. Right, Scotty Crookston. We didn't see him in Q1 actually, but here he is, Q2.
No, they called him a little bit earlier.
Ah, right, okay.
And he was still doing the valve lash when they called him, so he said, "Oh, we'll have to sit this one out." So he's got something to prove now.
When's Jed going to be running again? Obviously, he's concentrating on business at the moment, but...
Well, Jed started up in his own business, chassis building and that, so he's getting married as well, so, with a new business and getting married, you've got a lot to think about.
True,
but hopefully he'll be back next year.
Yeah. Right, so Rob Stone and Scott Crookston, these two yet to put times on the board. We're going to see them come down. Oh, cracking launch from Scotty. That's going to be deep in the 7s. 758. Oh, takes number 1 spot. And
well, we'll know now whether Mick sorted out all these gremlins he's got in there.
I'll tell you what, that is one of the strongest sounding burnouts I've heard from that car. When I say heard, it just sounded right.
Yeah, it hasn't sounded right, and I said there's had problems, but you've got to keep chasing them and keep on top of them.
Sorry, Colin.
I was going to say, if a guy deserves some luck, it's...
And Wayne Nicholson.
Yes.
Yeah. Quick question for you, Jim. What constitutes an Anglia in, what are you allowed to bring along in this class?
It's basically a flat screened popular, not the old 100E or whatever.
Yeah.
At one time, Ronnie Bartlett run with us, and I don't actually know what the
Oh, lovely wheels up launch there for Jeff Meads. Gets a little bit of a wobble. Yeah, 864 there for Jeff, 955 for the Banshee.
Colin's trying to take my reversing.
That leads me actually to a nice question actually for you. When we let's see you grace the quarter mile.
Well, actually, I am booked in to come to Dragstalgia, but it's going to be touch and go because I'm actually still working on Al's car, and I'm trying to work on my own car as well. Yeah. So, but I would sooner prefer to get Al's car nearer and all the messy stuff done in the shop. So
That's fair enough.
oh dear.
No, Cole's had to shut it off.
And that's unusual, isn't it, for Colin?
Very, very unusual.
So it's an outlaw gremlin weekend.
Yeah, certainly a couple of spots. Still going back, actually. Yeah, I can see them now. Oh, what a shame for Cole.
Yeah.
What a shame. Still, he's got another go.
I'll give him something to do.
Right, thanks, Jenna. Great to see you, mate. And we'll see you a little bit later. Come back up for Q3 if you like.
Oh, yeah.
I've got the grandsons here, the twins.
Okay, so next up, Yannick Richard for Comp Bike, your number 2 qualifier, and Sam Sykes is on the timing system, but I can't see him. Oh, hang on. No, so Yannick takes the bye. And into number 1, spotless. First pair, 7:56 with a 3. So, Funny Bike and Comp Bike are a Richard family benefit. Number 1 apiece now. Okay, next up, this is Paul Hambidge and Sam Sykes. I think they were just waiting to move Colin out the way, so Sam runs second pair.
Yeah, Sam currently on a 10:20, Paul an 8:53. 794, 187 then, Paul, but Sam Sykes, 779, moves up to number 3 there. I think Paul had a gear shift issue there, almost like the second to third shift didn't quite go. To see who appears in the energy check lane. Got John McLean Jr. in the auto limit. Oh, there he is, Chris Neary.
Right, come on, mate. So, both of these guys were testing yesterday. John's bike had a good go at throwing him off in the first run of the day, but improved by leaps and bounds.
.826, 838. John McClain moves up to number 4. Chris Neary drops a spot. Right, Margot Schmidt. 7:57 in Q1 would have been good enough on 1, but no, 7:56, just 100th quicker is the number 1 spot. Margot on her own, so 7:56 with the 3 or quicker would do nicely. Good looking run, arrow straight. It's all about power now. 7:53 with a 6 gets the job done.
Nice one.
But that could all change once again. Valentin Sankey from the Netherlands and Louis Davis, the wicked wench. Bike left the line and went about 2 foot in Q1 for Louis.
Louis certainly gets extra points for the name of the bike. I like the name.
Yeah. Like the crew shirts as well, actually.
Yeah, they are very good. Yeah.
Very similar in design to, obviously, his dad's crew shirts, just different colour scheme.
Sandro.
Right, so come on, Goose. 7.5 is the order of the day. 7.4 would be lovely.
Is that Goose as in Mad Max?
771, 170 mile an hour goes to number 3. Valentine drops to number 8. Goose, as in, it's just the name that developed.
All right, not Top Gun or Mad Max.
No,
Okay.
no. It was obviously named Louis, and at the workshop, he's just been known as Gooey. Gooey turned into Goose.
Okay.
So that was that's the only reason that he's called Goose.
Oh, okay.
It will probably turn into something else eventually, but there we go. Right, next up, it's E.T. Bike, and it's Paul Adams and Gary Hester.
Okay, folks, this is one of the 2 entry-level classes for bike. You've seen 950 bike. This one, again, you can just bring your daily ride in and just set a decent dial in, and that's all you need to do.
Is there a lower cut-off at all?
Yes, I can't think of it off the top of my head, but there is, so that the closing speed isn't too much between fast and slow bikes.
Oh, look at that. 888 there for Paul Adams on an 885 dial-in. He stays number 2, though. Gary Hester moves up to number 3. Into the pairing lanes, please. Oh, it's all happening now. Into the pairing lanes, Pro ET. For your last time today, actually. Next up, that's Dave Grundy. And who's he got? He's got Peter Harrison for company.
Okay, so Dave is your number 10 qualifier and Pete your number 4. And ET Bike, of course, is sponsored by Accelerate for a Cause and the Cure for Derek Flynn. Thank you, Derek and Fiona.
Neck and neck, well, they should be on similar dial-ins. 1102, 1094. Dave Grundy moves up from number 10 to number 8 on 1102 on a 1078. Peter Harrison, 1084 on a 1075. Next up, Robbie Dobby on the Super Penguin, and it's Phil Pratt with Satan's Lady. Now, in dial-ins, 895 for Phil, Robbie 1025. As you were alluding to, Tog, actually, Robbie Dobby has been around this sport longer than I care to remember. Right, Phil off and running. How close to 895 can he get? 909. Robbie looking for 1025, goes 1034. They both move up. Robbie up to number 5, Phil up to number 6. Next pair, thick and fast at the moment.
That's not really nice. Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah, sorry, I realised what I said then. Johnny Hines, 2 feet first. Yamaha R1. I can't remember what happened to him. Yes, he was called to signing off, wasn't he? Hans Bergering from the Netherlands on the Shark Attack Racing Suzuki.
That surname is missing 1 letter.
I had to read it a few times to make sure. 1074. No, 1034. It's a breakout. Johnny Hines goes in at number 13, even with his breakout at 1039 or 1050.
And this is one of the success stories of recent years as ET Bike, because quite often racers have bright ideas for new classes and go to the powers that be and say, can we run a class along these lines? And they say, yeah, okay, we'll try it out. You know, just bring the people. And a lot of the time, 2 people turn up. Yeah. This is not one of those cases. ET Bike, there was... They did their research, they did their market research basically, and more and more bikes turn up. So what we got here, we got 14 today. So it's a real success story.
A lady looking for success in the class, Jasmine Cordell. The bike is launching much better now. And there's the point in question proven. Come on, Jazz. Come on, come on, come on. 953, moves up from 11 to 7. They can start working on that.
Okay, so Steve Ashby. If you've been coming here a good few years, you'll remember Steve used to have not exactly cheerleaders in the stands. He used to have girls who used to just stand up and scream. I'd imagine they probably all got kids of their own by now. But and then Patrick Linares of the Netherlands, the Shark Attack Racing, currently at number 9, dialing in 1157, and Steve 942.
Well, Steve's still going to get a time.
He had a 950 byte flashback there, I think.
Oh, 941 on the 42 dial. Oh, 1157 on the 57. And Patrick only goes number 2. Wow. Who's got the number 1? I think I missed that. Oh, yeah, Harrison Brown. That's right, yeah. All right, next up, Justin Moulton and Jake Michelle. All right, Jake moves up from 9 to 7 there, 11.35 on a 24. No help for Justin Moulton though, at 12.64. Not really what he wanted. Right, your number 1 qualifier then, Harrison Brown. 972 was his dial on Q1, went 972 with a 2. He's adjusted it by 100th. 971 is his dial this time. Oh, 970. Should have adjusted it by 200s, not 100, but that is a consistent bike. Well done. Drag racing is a bit of an art form these days when it comes to dialing in bikes and cars, and some people have got it sussed. Some people spend their lifetime trying. It's entertaining either way. Les Harris, Michael Gooding, this is Super Twin Top Gas. That was a hard launch there for Les. Got 973 in Q1, 983 this time round. Against the 980 there. Right, Mike Nelthorpe with the Polaris machine. Well, we know we can go quicker than 13.4, which is what he carded in Q1.
Okay, so Super Twin Top Gas had 3 bikes. If they were less than 3, they would not be able to run it as a championship round. So 3 makes it valid. So 13.47 earlier and 13.24.
Still picking up speed at the stripe now, 117. Yeah. Right, Sportsman ET.
So this one sponsored by Hutchinson and Dibley. You saw Andy Dibley in Super Gas earlier, and we'll do it again. That was a very gutsy drive he did earlier. So, Peter Clayton, your number 5 qualifier, 14.60 in the energy check lane, and Jill Medley with Collins Jeep, 13.32, currently the number 18 qualifier.
Do you know what? I would love that with a tow bar on the back. So, mind you, if I tried to tow the caravan with it, the chassis of the caravan would stay put, but the body of it would stay behind. It would launch so hard.
And again, Jill and Alan Medley, another case in point. I love anyone who loves greyhounds.
So Jill dials in a 13.32. We'll get there first. 13.18. That's a big old breakout. But Peter Clayton goes 14.71 or 14.60 and moves on up to number 3. Right, Jane McCready with Ben's van and Clive Dandridge with the Stang.
Yeah, Jane was well, not exactly pushed away. Jane didn't make it round the corner in the first round, so we have at least one more to qualify.
Look at the reaction times for both of them there. Look, both of them 0-1.
Yep.
If they could do that in racing. Excellent job. 13.44 there for Clive Dandridge on a 44, moves him up to number 3, and Jane goes straight in at number 4. Who needs 2 runs when he can get the job done in 1?
Okay, so John Garrigle, your number 21 qualifier, dialing in a 14.94, and Cliff Houghton, the Grey Matter Racing Corvette, dialing in 13.20. So, breakout by the look of it. And John up from number 21 to number 5. So, nice one.
Oh, too much.
Okay, so that'll be my colleague Kirsty Tram, High Spence in the shoe white on the back of the car. Very nice copper plate as well. And dialing in a 15.05. So Kirsty slowed it down a little bit from it, so we know what happens now. And Chris Creswell dialing in 16.35. He's your number 17 qualifier.
Chris was very quick off the line actually in Q1. I think he had
Yes.
a 00 light.
Scored a cat job.
Oh, both of them red on the tree. Doesn't really matter. This is qualifying.
Okay, so Kirsty out ahead at the 8th. 15.05 on 15.08. That's good for a move from number 9 to number 2. And another credit against a firing.
Oh, Mr. Tom Atkinson, very smug actually. He's number 1 in Super Pro. Kirsty number 2 in Sportsman ET. Right, Rob Cresswell and Sam Innes.
Some of these guys are running here this weekend because they want to run at Bug Jam. They instituted a rule
that's
last
right,
year
yeah.
that you can't just turn up at Bug Jam because they had such a huge field. And like the powers that be got on to what they were up to, and it was right, okay, if you want to run a Bug Jam, you've either run already this season or you have pre-entered an event after Bug Jam. So I think some of these are fulfilling that.
But let's be fair, Sportsman ET has got very big, a lot of cars entering these days.
Yeah.
Really good to see.
Yeah. And again, it's a good advert for you can come in your daily driver.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what you do with your car insurance, but probably best not to ask. Okay, so Connor Holt, currently you're a number 20 qualifier, out of time racing. 13.70 dialing plays Gary Lake with the Arabian Night Firebird, 14.34.
I think Connor bogged down off the line then. 004 red, good effort. Yeah, 14.15 and 14.26. Breakout there for Gary Lake. Just went a little bit too quick.
Okay, the car in the Auto Glim lane, this lovely 64 Mercury Comet, is for sale. Okay, these guys have the original sales invoice for the car. It's got 50,000 mileage. They can prove it's genuine. 302 V8 C4 Auto Box. Comes with all sorts of stuff. Has run 14.18. Has won an event. 15,995 or very near offer. So go and visit the Huxley in the pits if you'd like to buy the Comet. Richard Medley in the Mercedes, dialing in 15.41. It's good to see the return of the Can-Do name as well. So, bit of a breakout at Richard, up from number 22 to number 11.
Right, Janet Lawson, Debbie Taylor.
Okay, so Debbie is your number 10. Did a lot of testing here yesterday. And Janet with the BMW Z4. Currently a number 15 qualifier. 15.48 dialing. Debbie's number 10 dialing in 13 flat. was a bizarre conversation only you heard one side of.
I don't think it was either in first gear or drive then for Debbie.
Yeah, Debbie's crew like walked away shaking his head and still is actually. So, oh, we've all done it. Well, I've got an automatic, so I haven't, but I've done other things. Okay, so next up is Dan Holloway with his pickup, dialing in 1597. He's currently your number 16 qualifier, and Holly Walters of Walters Motorsport. You've seen Pete in the dragster. So Holly's dialing in 1750. They had a birthday in the Walters household this week, I believe.
Yeah, Rich, wasn't it?
Interesting, those reaction times looked a lot quicker than the times which came up there. They both moved before the green. It's a significant rollout with these cars. So that's not going to harm Dan at all. No, he's gone up from 16 to number 4. Okay, Ashley Simons, 13.40, darling, is your number 20 qualifier. Up against Georgina Smith, 1580. I must make a mental note. Yep, okay, that's Georgina. Okay, so 045 red for Georgina. Doesn't matter in qualifying. Qualifying is a good time to practice your reactions. By the time you get to racing, you know what you can get away with. So 1369 moves Ashley from 20 to number 18.
Yeah, general rule of thumb, Tog, if you don't see the perfect light money going qualifying, it stands less chance of going eliminations because they want to stay in a race.
Yeah. Oh, and that'll be, wow. Well, you come down much lower, mate. You're going to...
Right, the Battle of Britain Memorial Flight Lancaster buzzes the tower. Now, bizarrely, we heard a rumour earlier that they had engine problems, but they've obviously got it fixed.
It's running on 3. Now, is he coming back to say hello again?
Oh, he's definitely coming back.
Okay, so Holly Sanders of Lister Gibbs, your number 1 and 3 qualifier.
If there was ever a time I wanted to go up the quarter-mile drag strip, it would be just now, as the Lancaster comes around.
Yeah, the guy's saying, now those things weren't there last time I flew over here.
Well, you've got spoiled for choice, folks. You can look at the 2 cars on the strip, but my recommendation, just for a moment, just look skywards behind the banking towards the finish line. Battle of Britain Lancaster coming up the track. And that is low. Oh, what a beautiful sight.
Doesn't it make you proud
Just
to be
pausing these 2 cars on the line.
He's descending, I don't believe it.
Look at that, what a sight. Look skywards, folks. Look at the shadow coming down the racetrack as well. Wow. What a phenomenal plane.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the Battle of Britain, the Memorial Flight Lancaster. I think he's bugging out and going home, but great sight nevertheless.
Always a very welcome visitor. Never gets any bookings to do Hockenheim, you know.
That's right, he's still banking left. He may... He's coming round.
Oh,
he's coming round again.
Yeah.
He's definitely coming round again. Right, approaching from the catering area. I'll tell you what, Tog, you and I are just going to keep quiet for a moment so you can listen to the glory of these engines, all 4 of them, as the Lancaster flies overhead. Oh, that was perfect. Absolutely perfect. Well, I've got to say massive thanks to the pilots of these machines that regularly visit us here at Pod Raceway. And yeah, he's flying off into the distance now. So many thanks indeed, the Battle of Britain Memorial Flight Lancaster, as it heads south, is it, Tog, that way?
In that direction,
Milton
Keynes and Oxford, so it's kind of southwest.
Yeah, well, if you're tuned in to the event coverage here from Pod Raceway, if you live south west of Pod Raceway, look skywards and you'll see a Lancaster coming your way.
Fantastic. Okay, so we are now into qualifying session 3 of, beg your pardon, qualifying session 2 of Super Gas. So this is the John Morton Super Gas shootout. So in the Walter Glim Lane, Wobbly Bob.
Warbly or wobbly?
Wobbly.
I don't think Bob's wobbly at all. Oh, he is he? Right. Sings like a canary, does he? Right, John Turner, Bob Malden. This is Supergas Q2. Oh, 990 for Bob Malden. Let's finish that burnout. 990 for Bob Malden, 991 for John Turner. But they only go 2 and 3. Oh, brilliant stuff. Right, Andy Dibley? What's going on? Andy Dibley, Andy Harrison, the Magic Rat and the Brute Force Machine. Right, going to try this one. Do you remember that birthday shout out I did earlier?
Oh, yes, yes.
Between Pro Mod when it was really quiet.
Yep.
Unbelievably, you didn't hear it. So going to try it again. Happy birthday to Papa Dave, or Dad, and Dad. And that is love from Dino, Vicky, and Craig. Now, apparently, Papa Dave is now listening, so hopefully you got that one. So, but anyway, many happy returns. The only thing we don't know is how old he is. Oh, Dibbs has certainly got the reaction time sussed out. He's got his right foot buried in the firewall. 994, 996. They're both moving on up there. But they've got to catch this man. Colin Morris, number 1 qualifier, 9.906 Q1. Alongside Simon Fulton. He's the only guy at the wrong side of 990.
Okay, so a couple of reasonably tidy reaction times. And a breakout for Simon Fulton at 984 with a 6, and Collins stays number 1, of course.
So he's still the wrong side then. Right, let's have a look at Mark White and Dave Fulton.
So Mark, aka Chalky, I believe. This car is a bit prone to making steps to the right at launch, so see how he goes this time.
Right, after this we've got the Wild Bunch coming round. One of you needs to go. Oh, they're both going together.
Nice straight launch there for Mark this time.
Oh, breaks out though. Double breakout, 87 and a 78.
Yeah, swap places. David up to number 6, Mark down to number 7.
Right, the Wild Bunch, and it is Rob Brown with the Rebel, and it's Philippa Turton with the little slingshot. 13.4 the dial in for Philippa, and Rob Brown dials in 857.
So here we are in June, and I'm already thinking about nominations for Best Appearing Car. I think we've got a couple right there. And of course at Dragstalgia we've got Best Car, Best Backup Girl's already been won in my opinion, but
Predetermined.
yeah.
Oh, it's a great part of that is our awards.
Yep. That's a very solid looking run for Rob there. 857 slowed the dialing down a bit, and 841.
Oh dear. I somehow knew that was going to break out.
Yeah. They do it on purpose, you know.
13.49 for Philippa. Yeah, so Rob has just gone 161.91. That is a PB on the car for speed.
Nice one.
And an 8.41, that is Rob's PB.
Even better.
Well done, guys and girls. Terry Clifford with the Ratcatcher Resurrection. And that's Mark Courcelle with the Ball Breaker.
Okay, so you can usually rely upon Mark for a wheels up launch. I cannot believe that I said I heard a blower whine from that car in the last session. Plainly doesn't have a blower. Okay, so Steve seeing Mark up to the line, and I believe that's Terry's son seeing him forward. So 8.23, Mark has sped up the dial in just a tad from 8.25 last time.
That left very sharp indeed there for Mark Courcelle, taking a little bit of a wander, but 8.23 it is. Boom, nicely done.
Yeah.
Steve very happy with that one. 157 at the strike, 903, 147 for Terry Clifford. He breaks out on these 905, but I don't think he cares. Good looking runs, the pair of them.
Okay, so I'm not sure for how much longer we can refer to him as young Callum Twin Chap, but this is Callum, a former top rod racer, now in a very, very pretty Topolino altered, classically styled, and behaves in a classical manner too, which is what we like. And Phil James, who is your Wild Bunch champion, very historic car.
Yeah, Callum, his drag racing career has been, as you say, started top rods and junior dragster. Not the normal path that the juniors take, is it? Into the Wild Bunch with a top lean launch. Oh, lovely launch. That should be an 8. Oh, 890. Look at that. Bang on.
Good boy. 8.9092 on 890 dialing. So.
That was pretty good, wasn't it? The Prism Paintworks gang are up there on the balcony. admiring one of their creations going up the track. Love it. Right, it is Lucas Oils, a junior dragster. Frankie Taylor and Purdy Hadfield, first pair. Oh,
Not Tom and...
no. That's quite late to remove the tyre blankets. Perhaps they've forgotten them. Has anybody actually tried to do a run with the blankets?
I did see someone do that here, and they are here, so I'm not going to say who it was.
Right. So Frankie at the moment, she's number 14, Purdy number 4. Oh, Frankie's going to move up a bit here. She's going to move into the number 7 spot, 14, nicely done. Purdy no change, stage 4. Right, these two lined up together earlier, lining up together once again. Caitlin Wilson, Lottie Bradford. Lottie number 5 at the moment, Caitlin number 12. Do a shout out once again to Emmy, doing some RNLI duties this weekend. We know she's tuned in though, so a big shout out to Emmy. Well, no help for either of those. Lottie goes red, Caitlin with a .12. Top 798, 805. Useful information for them as well. Right. We need one the right side this time for Caitlin. Tom K, he's good. He's number 3 at the moment. Caitlin needs to get qualified. Richard needs a new pair of shoes. Right, a 0-3 for Caitlin, a 0-0-3 for Tom. That's going to move Tom up to 2nd. Hey, we got a legal time at last. Well done. Kelly Levy goes to number 5. Tom K up to number 2. Right, Matthew Dowdy. Didn't see young Spartacus down there. What happened?
Oh, I'm Spartacus.
No. No, you may be Spartacus, but he is young Spartacus.
Well, no one's going to call me young.
No.
Well, George Burns maybe, but
Old Spartacus.
old Spartacus. Sometimes feel I'm going to go the same way he did, to be honest. Want to enjoy the result of the race, that sort of thing.
Right, Matthew Dowdy then, the points leader in the Lucas Oils Junior Dragster Championship chase at the moment. And he's gone, he qualified so far with an 0494, and he's just done an 0499. Consistent, if anything, but no improvement. Harley Coursell. He's currently in the number 12 spot, and here he is, Thomas Cook Abbott. Where there's one, there's another.
It's kind of a night following day job, isn't it?
Isn't it? Right, so, TCA number 3, Harley number 12.
Did Charlotte forget to take the rest of the jumper off, or what? She was disturbed halfway through taking it. Come on, you're up.
Oh, 004 red for Thomas. He was trying there. Harley, though, with an 027. That's going to move him up. Moving to number 4. Nice job, Harley. Right, young Spartacus, here he comes. And where is he at the moment? Number 21, and a 0.2 light. But don't forget, this is his first meeting ever. Oh, good boy, 037, that'll do. Moves in to number 7. Pedaling away, good lad. 924. Excellent stuff. So, young Oliver goes into number 7. I should say young Spartacus, there we go. Mind you, this is his last meeting. It's his first meeting, but it's his last meeting in Junior Modified. It's his birthday next month, so the next time he runs, he'll be in JMA.
Oh, superb.
And he can go quicker.
Brilliant.
Kai Cooper, Sam Fairhurst.
Oh, that was
Very sharp indeed, yeah. 023 for Sam. That's moving up to number 4. So this is actually the last qualifying session for all of our classes now.
Yep.
Frankie Fordham and Lucas Schmidt up next. All right, Frankie Fordham certainly wants to move up from number 17 where he is at the moment. Yeah, going to put him number 14 from 17. It's a move, but not as big as he wanted, actually. Right, Archie Ray, Harley J. Derby.
Need a sub of a few quid, then Harley J. Derby's your man. He's currently number 1 qualifier, 0005. Won himself £50 from Eurotractor.com and Bad Habit Racing, and as usual, thanks to Kath and Tig Napier for the sponsorship.
Right, Archie needs one the right side. He had a 00 light earlier, but it was red. Then he went an 04 red. Let's have one the right side, Archie. Well, he's got one. Oh, 001 red for Harley J. He's on form this weekend. Okay, that was a cherry, but close.
So, we're not going to see the other Schmid brother. He's out of the cart and they're taking it down to the far end. Okay, so Daniel Weir from DJ Racing, currently a number 10 qualifier, and Teddy Sullivan in the junior stock, currently a number 13.
As much as I like seeing Daniel Weir on the track with his dad, desperately looking forward to seeing Jason Suburban running Street Eliminator. He's obviously still got issues with the car, it's not quite right yet. Big red there for Teddy.
Yeah, kind of read you could drive a bus through that one. Minus 209. But, so like we said earlier, though, seeing exactly what you can get away with is a good time to do it is in qualifying. Well, it's a bit more of an issue in juniors, of course, because they qualify on reactions.
Right, Katie Ellis, Lara Bartlett. Both of these guys could do moving on up. Lara with a .05, not too shabby, but residing in the number 15 spot. Well, both 0 lights, but well, Katie might move up a spot or two, but no help for Lara. Yeah, Katie moves up from 20 to 17. Doesn't take the juniors long to get the hang of it, does it? Right, 3 rounds of qualifying and we're 0-6 to get on the front page.
Yeah, it's .0s down to number 18 of 23 now. 4.1s and a minus 03.
Right, well, the one that's got the 0 the wrong side is hopefully going to get one the right side this time. Jacqueline Bartlett. And against Freddie Taylor. These two can move up. 23 and 22 at the moment. And I believe the last pair in junior dragster, actually. Oh, 4 for Freddie. Put him into the number 11 spot. And Jacqueline gets one the right side as well. So everybody on a positive. Well done. Junior drags are wrapped. Right, on to junior drag bike now. All right, Meg Talbot and Liam Holgate, currently number 2 and number 3. Oh, 005 red for Med. But don't forget, this is dial-in, not reaction times. 876, 957. Breakout there for Meg. No help for Liam, they stay put. Meg 2, Liam 3. Current number 1 qualifier, Casey Holgate. Going alongside Blade. At 72 miles an hour and 1277 on a 62 dialing. Blade stays 4, Casey stays 1. Right, Kieran Lucas, the last one to go. 74 on an 890. That's a breakout. Right, Pro ET, Modistang Pro ET Q3, the last session. Behind that is Super Pro. Right, first pair, Lee Huxley with the Mustang, Vic Parsons with the Plymouth. 10:35 the dial in the Autoglim lane for Vic. Lee 9:51. Vic currently number 25, Lee number 9. Tied together on reaction times there. So going to be Lee to the stripe first, goes 960, 1027. Breakout for Vic and Lee stays number 9. Sammy holds up a 946 for Tom and a 1042 for Laura Bainton.
Okay, so last chance to make a difference for tomorrow. We run all run fields in the car classes, so everyone's in. It's just a case of who would you prefer to have in the other lane.
Good point.
Tyre shake there for Tom.
46 with an 8 and a 42 Laura. For Laura Bainton.
It's the money.
It's the money as well. It's the money. 1042 with a 0. Cracking job. Number 1 qualifier, Laura Bainton. So, Andy Thetford's got a car he can work with. I'm so delighted for him.
Yeah, it's really good. He's had a lot to put up with recently, and even today. But he's come through. So, okay, next up, Ben Newsom. You're currently your number 20 qualifier. 1166 dial in up against the class sponsor, Mike Lacey, a Modistang. 9 flat dial in. This car is easily capable of 8s.
Out the back door, Mike. Watch the 60-foot wheelie. There it goes. Boom. .903, 149. Mike Lacey moves up from 28 to number 6. He'll take that. 1162 there for Ben. I'm trying to see where I put him. There's no improvement. That's fact, it was a breakout. Right, Tig 958. Jeff Cowley 918. Cracking first run from Jeff, not so good on the second. Not the best run for Tig first one, much better on the second. See how they get on. Third time lucky for both of them. That is a peach of a wheelie there for Tig. 001 red. The Jeff goes 48 at 64 though for Tig. He moves up 27 to 15.
Okay, next up, Lee Morris, the Green with Envy Jaguar E-Type. Dials in 1010, he's stuck with a 1010. Number 21 qualifier currently, and Amy Watkins with... that man really needs to see a doctor.
Yeah, it puts a whole new meaning on a hands device, doesn't it?
Yeah, not bad, yeah. And it's Red Dragon this time, so...
Yeah.
Just have an endless supply of this stuff.
It's cool though.
Yeah.
I like it. Lee Morris got some new wheels on the Jag. They look really shiny and nice, don't they? That's why the whole car looks like it's been attacked with autoglip. Really, really looking good. Anyway, he's currently number 21. Amy currently number 9. Dial-ins 1010 957.
So Amy's not hanging around.
62, 10, 12. Amy drops his spot because Lee moves up from 21 to 5. Right, pick the Chevelle of choice. Wayne Hiscock. Dialing in 960. Nick Williams at 980.
Okay, so Nick, yes, not in a Camaro like it says on the screen. He says desperately trying to cover up what he said earlier. And Wayne he's got the Chevy Hell. Ryish green. I have no idea where that is. I know where floor is.
Oh, 7. Car goes the other way, goes 78 this time. Not the Wayne Hiscock or mine, but a 950 on a 960 dial-in. Car working well.
I think that's one of those breakouts where they won't really mind. Okay, so that'll be Ronnie Mercer. And of course Will Clark, the unmistakable, the motorcycle engine powered dragster. It is not an easy thing to do to get a motorcycle engine to work in a dragster, but they've managed it. So 1006 plays 1066 and all that stuff.
Ronnie moves up from 20 to 12 with that one. He's only 400s off his dial-in. And he's number 12. No help there for young Will. Ethan Lyle, Neil Hunter. Don't forget, last qualifying session this one.
Okay, so 984 plays 994, so that would be an interesting one on the tree tomorrow if that happened. As the qualifying stands, I don't think it would, but still be nice. The other thing to watch, if you watch the top light, it's not exactly 0.5 of a second. There's a random value so that you don't use devices to leave off the tree.
Almost like Neil Hunter was expecting a pro tree then.
Yeah.
Breakout for Ethan. 991 on a 994. 1070 there for Neil Hunter, but as we say, he sold himself a dummy that time instead of the guy in the other lane.
Okay, now in the Pro Street class in Sweden, they have a purple truck, and the guy's name is Freddie. He does 300-foot burnouts and he backs up really fast, so we had to call him the other Fast Freddie. So here's our very own fast pickup, which is Neil Watkins, currently a number 30 qualifier. But we are running all run this weekend. So. John
Both
Turner in the
line.
Greenfish. Stuck with a 9.14.
It's a good shout, actually. Oh, 9.13 with a 3. Oh, 11.36. Neil Watkins, 30 up to 5. Right, Guy King with that gorgeous black Chevelle. Just looks so right. And Alan Medley with the old time Omega. Darling's End, 1076 for the old, 1035 for the Chevelle. Oh, proper cocked up wheelie there for Guy King. Oh, 10.22, big break out there for Guy King. 10.78, Alan Medley moves up from 22 to 6. Into the pairing lanes, please. Super Pro and Street Eliminator, please. Super Pro and Street Eliminator, please.
We have Super Pro and there's someone missing at the front of the queue.
I don't know why I've just called Super Pro, because they're already there.
Yeah, probably just to make sure they're all there. Okay, so Dave Cherrett dialing in 990 with the Dark Revenger. He's currently number 22. And Bob Molden, the White Noise Peugeot, Wobbly Bob, 965 currently, number 13. I say currently.
Oh, one light there for Dave Cherrett. Oh, 987, he breaks, and that's about a double breakout. 987 and 960 both went too quick. All right, Simon Ennis, number 2 qualifier. And going alongside Elaine Hancock, the happy lady. Darling at 10.45 and could break out. To think that Elaine came out of a 16-second front-wheel drive Honda Civic into
Yes.
a 10-second altered. That's quite a leap, that, isn't it?
Yeah, so that puts her in a 4-second car next, doesn't it?
Yeah. Oh, 10.48 and a 10.59 with a 2. Simon Ennis bang on his number again. Oh, he's going to be one to watch tomorrow. Just don't pull any red lights. 10.48 for Elaine on a 10.45 Darling. They've all got it pretty well sussed today. Let's see how Ian Brown gets on. He's currently number 3. He's capable of moving up a couple of spots. Going to take a very sharp run to do it.
It's our last run at Pro ET.
Oh, is it?
Yep.
Yeah, you're right. Oh, it's going to need a miracle to take the number 1 spot. Good effort, 1086 on a 1083 dial. So, Laura Bainton, number 1 qualifier in Pro ET, and Laura or Paul or anybody from that team, come on up to the tower.
Yeah.
Got the perfect ET.
We have money for you, courtesy of
money.
Andy Fadster and Twister Racing Team.
Right, let's see if Tom Atkinson can run 3 881s in a row. He's the number 2 qualifier at the moment. Number 1 is, oh no, it hasn't changed yet. So Pete Walters, 785 and 881 for Tom. So it's Austin Jacks, yeah, number 1 qualifier. Let's see if we can hold on to that spot. Oh, 7.86 there for Pete Walters. He moves up to number 3. Tom stays number 2. It was an 8.96 in the end there. Into the pairing lanes, please. Comp Eliminator. So you down in the lanes, please. Comp Eliminator. Come on down. Dave Russell, the van with no name. Although the wind turbines are sort of facing crosswind, the burnout smoke is blowing up the track, so that gives you a bit of an indication of the low level wind direction. The flags, having said that, are crosswind. Darling's then 8.77 for Dave Russell, 7.76 for Dave Smith. Last qualifying session, Super Pro ET. Look at that run there, 8.77 with a 9. Dave Russell, bang on his number, only number 3 qualifier. But that's 3 drivers on their numbers. All right, Pell Norman, Mathis Crayer.
Okay, so Pell had a very successful day's testing yesterday. He's dialing a lot slower than he ran yesterday. Not entirely sure what that's about. Probably not wanting to thrash it. They were very pleased with the runs yesterday. Do you know, if I didn't know better, I'd say that was Barry Bohannon down on the start line there.
I was thinking the same thing earlier, actually. A better looking version of Barry Bohannon there.
Yeah.
Probably getting insulting text from him now, but never mind.
Well, you know what Oscar Wilde said about being worse than being talked about.
Yeah. 71 and 8.13. Pell Norman breaks out by a 10th. Mathis moves up to 15. Pete Lane with it here, spitting loud and boomer. Chevy. And the dragster, driven by Brad Jackson, currently residing in the number 15 spot.
Actually, this is a good time with Peter Lane on the track. Good time to say hello to my good buddy Colin Rofe. I did get your message earlier, Colin, but absolutely no chance of replying. Thank you very much. So it's Colin got in touch, Colin, to say he's enjoying the commentary and the coverage and the racing. And, yeah, so always good to know. Okay, so Brad Jackson, your reigning UK national champion. So currently a number 15 qualifier, and Pete's number 6 with an 8.66 dialing. 7.64 for Brad.
Well, Brad is still your points chase leader at the moment from Colin Morris in second spot, and Team Time is Money in the number 3 spot. Fairly close.
So Brad's car's moving around a little bit. So Brad knows. Brad's got a handle on it, so no improvement for either. So 15 for Brad and 6 for Pete.
Right, next up it's the Giles and Hartley dragster. There it comes.
So it's Daniel Giles driving the car this time around. I think Dad Barry was in it at the main event. The only real difference is the dialing is slightly quicker for Daniel. Barry, together with Steve Johnson and Martin Jones, Barry is one of the guys who was responsible for getting Super Pro ET going in this country. You know, it's another one of those. Another one of those situations where they wanted to run a class and the authorities said, okay, then bring people.
Yeah.
And now look at it. So Dave Evans, a nice thundering burnout there.
I'll tell you one class is growing, just thinking of classes, and that's the 100Es.
Yeah.
I can see that happening in the future.
Yeah.
Probably start off at lifestyle and go from there.
Yeah. Okay, so 732 dial in for Daniel and 802 for Dave. Again, we know this car can do 7s. This is always a big favourite of our late friend Ed O'Connell. He used to love this car. They even did a t-shirt with one of his pictures on it.
Five, 807. Well, Daniel moves up a couple of spots to number 7. Dave stays 11. See Steve Johnson tire shake on the burnout there.
Yeah, I think what happened there is I'm not sure he picked up enough water on the way through. There it is down there, but I guess he might have done a fast Freddy and ran through it.
Yeah.
But one of the beautiful things about this car is when like Steve first ran the car, there was obviously something wasn't right. It didn't sound right. There's like a misfire or something, but now it's working, and that's got to be a great moment.
Oh yeah.
So Laura Turbo currently in number 9 qualified. I was in 778. That's Dad Ian seeing around the car. Laura's partner out front.
So let's see if Steve can drive through tyre shake once again, looking for a 7.20. Hope he doesn't get tyre shake off. 778. Oh, he did. Bigger wonder this time as well. They both click it early.
I must admit, I was watching Steve. I don't see what happened there with Laura.
All right, Oliver Krautberger.
Okay, now, I heard from Marcus in Germany about this.
Yeah.
This could well be Oliver's going to turn the gas on this run. All the runs he's done so far have been no gas. I'm not seeing a purge, mind you, but doesn't prove anything. Oh, there you go.
There it is.
So, thank you very much, Marcus. That's a credit against your next firing, which takes place in about 48 seconds. So,
Right. Bob Doyle with the ZK. He's already purged his nitrous.
Yep. I won't tell that story about Spencer Tram again. Everyone knows it. Hello, Spencer. I know you're tuned in too. So one of the beauties about Spencer is you encounter people who think they know everything, but Spencer genuinely does. He's quite good at explaining stuff too. That looks like a very nice, someone's pedaling. So 9:08 there for Oliver. And 11:36, I guess that was Bob then pedalling in the second half.
Well, fingers crossed he's okay for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Didn't have exactly a brilliant Q1 either. Still qualified though. Race day has this habit of throwing up some curveballs as well. Right, into the pairing lanes, please. NEM Plant sponsored Nostalgia Superstock. Can we have you in the lanes, please?
Okay, so Austin Jack in the Capri, your number one qualifier. 8.5031 on an 850 dialing, sticks with the 850. And Joe Kellett from Bolton with a 778 dialing, currently a number 23 qualifier. Now, according to the track's weather station, it's 21 in the shade out there. I would say it was more, but what do I know? Nice reaction times to both.
Oh, Joe wobbling all over the place there. Backs out of it early, 8:45. Austin showing good form there, 8:54, 160. No idea what was going on with Joe there, though.
No, he did have a bit of a skate. I was looking elsewhere at the time. Okay, so this is Martin Jones in the top methanol dragster, which isn't really. Martin deliberately keeps it illegal for FIA competition so that he doesn't do something financially stupid. And then here he is, Mr. Six, Mark Todd. Another one who is a recipient of one of my typos. I do apologise, but it's all been sorted. So this car is intended to run in top speed automotive street eliminator for a reason which I'm not privy. This weekend he's not.
Yeah, tyres.
Tyres, okay.
Purely tyres.
Okay. Oh, wheelie bars.
No, he basically, because of the tyre change coming up next year, he can only run this car twice this year. He didn't want to spend a load of money on a pair of tyres you only can get 2 meetings out of, so he thought he'd concentrate on the setup on the car, run it in Super Pro, and then back to street eliminator for next year.
Makes perfect sense. And he's running 6 now as well.
Yep.
But,
well,
so
he's dialing in 6.8 for this one. Well, this one won't count for Mark Todd. Tyre shake for Mark Todd.
Tell you what, that's quite a high speed Mark's got on there. There you go, 202. 706, and that was with shake and a pedal.
Yeah, but the run will be annulled anyway, blue line violation.
Oh, did we have a blue line? Oh dear.
Touched the car as it was going in. .706 though, not bad, but he's already run that 6. So Nick Good with the full-blown dragster, the Lucas Oils, going alongside Dave Falk with the Camaro. 683 for Nick, 898 for Dave. After Super Pro we have Street Eliminator, and then they'll be setting off on their cruise later on.
So Nick, just roll the beams a little bit there before you hit it. You probably noticed that at 686.
That'll do.
That'll move him up from 17 to number 3.